Hey guys, what's up? This is Josh. Just doing not really an update, but want to show you my version of Barrelponics here. I just got a 55-gallon barrel that I filled with water up to the top, pretty much. Cut the top off of it so that I would have room for this styrofoamy type. It's kind of like an insulation that I got from Home Depot. I got a huge sheet of it. Didn't fit in my car, so I had to cut it into like 3 pieces to fit it in my Jeep. And I cut out 3 circles to fit this barrel, and then I used silicone caulking to caulk them together so that I made one big thick, it's like that thick. But turns out this little basket that I got from Home Depot that's like a plant basket type thing, it looks like a neti pot, but it's just in a square form and it's pretty deep. It's about like, I don't know, 6 inches deep. And I filled it with the rock, put this in here, and like it barely stayed afloat. The water was above the rock level, so I cut up some more styrofoam and put them underneath the sides, like 2 pieces for each side to kind of really give it some buoyancy. And so now this the styrofoam, which is what I'm going to call it, I think it's some kind of insulation, but it floats on top of the water, so it changes with the water pressure, water level. So if the water level drops due to evaporation, so will this styrofoam thing, and I'll see the plants drop over time, and that'll tell me how much water I need to fill up to the top. And so I got a goldfish in there right now, and I'm going to feed him by, I'll just pull this little thing out right here, and I got a little rope tied down underneath it, and then put the food in there for the goldfish to eat, and then just put the sucker back whenever I'm done. I fed him some of these goldfish pellets, but I just put him in here, so he's probably a little stressed out, probably not gonna eat much. So I won't worry about it just yet. I'll feed him tomorrow, the next day, and see if he survives. If he doesn't survive, that means he's dead. And inside the container, sort of rotting, which will create ammonia as well, which will help my bacteria grow in here. So I can buy more goldfish or put other fish in here for the time being and let them, create ammonia to create the bacteria, so I can move. Maybe it's a 55-gallon barrel. Maybe I'll move 5 to 10 tilapia out into this, depending on how warm it gets. Because right now the water's 72 degrees, and it's like 70 degrees outside. So if it's like 90 degrees in the summer, that water's probably going to be 90 degrees. So I'm going to have some trouble cooling it. So if you guys have any suggestions on what I should do to keep this water cool during like the hot summer months where it could get up to like 100 degrees, here in the Midwest, we have some crazy temperature fluctuations, so just let me know what you guys think. I put the rock in there, took some of these tomato plants from my aquaponics system because they weren't really growing all that high, moved them in here, and I'm just going to kind of keep the best one, just so that I have one plant in here so it doesn't fight for nutrient. And if they all grow at the same rate and grow really fast, I might keep them all, but I'll just probably keep the strongest. And then what I did for aeration, I cut a little notch out in the side here, put the 2 6-inch air stones in there with this tube here, going to my little shoebox that I got from Home Depot for 99 cents. I drilled some 1/4-inch holes in the side of it, and then put it on top of some concrete here so the water doesn't get up to it. Put some concrete rocks on top to weigh it down some. And if you can see in there, I'll get into the light here. I've got a little air pump from Walmart, 2 output, so it's 60 gallons, supposedly supposed to support 60 gallons. Got 2 air stones in that tank, and I have the power ran to this little hole here. I cut out a piece of styrofoam or the insulation, wrapped it in duct tape, and fit it in a hole that I drilled. Put the power cord through it so that it has a little bit of movement space. It's pretty sturdy. It don't go nowhere as I'm moving it. But this at least keeps it, like a buffer between the elements. I got a couple air hole drills so that the air pump will be pulling air from outside some. And I got the power cord just ran to my garage, so hopefully this will keep water out. This is a test, like I said, so if it doesn't keep water out, then it's not a big deal. I've lost a $10 pump from Walmart instead of putting like a really nice one out here. So it seems to be aerating the water fairly well, and this will be a part of the updates then to see how this sucker lives. I got other tanks that I'm going to be working with here as well. So I got some ponds back there that might be putting in my backyard, depending on how much sun my backyard gets. I might dig out that and put a greenhouse back there. So I've got a lot of cool projects going on. So I'll keep you updated, and this is my version of Barrelponics. So let me know what you think. Later.